have to do it with your phone, don't you, or
Yeah.
something? Yeah. So I called and now I can buy a box, bring it up here, and they'll program it on the MLS here that I'm on now.
Oh, yeah.
But they won't, they said if I bought it up here, since
Well, if
it's
you're
not
not
my
gonna use
main
your
hub, it's $150, where if I buy it down there, it's $300, so.
Yeah, don't worry about
Living
changing
it,
it
you live in it for the next 6 months.
until it's closed.
Right, yeah,
Yeah,
but
once
I'll
you
make
get
sure
it.
next
Yeah.
time, that kinda happens so quick.
Oh,
You just have to be able to 60 days.
Yeah, I thought I could use the one I bought, so I went and bought it and programmed it.
Conventional wise, FHA is
No,
different.
that's only down in Washington, so.
As long as you're living in it and you close.
Yeah, once it closes and I guess
Care
the
about what
buyer
you're
will get the
doing.
key
I
out
don't
there.
care what you're
Or
doing.
the buyer's agent?
Oh, okay, so,
They'll
The rules,
let us-
yeah,
Nope.
cause I just thought you could
Because
leave it
you were
inside and
living
I
in the
could
property.
leave, you know,
So
I could
you
give my
closed,
key to that.
life-changing event
agent,
happens.
But either way.
You didn't know about it.
No, we just usually leave the box
See where
on
it's
and then
going.
let the agent pull the key from the
They
box.
can't come back.
Oh,
and
okay, that's good, I didn't
You're
know.
living
Yeah.
in
I
the
just,
property.
I didn't wanna.
Mailing
Because then
address
it's
is there.
safer that way and you're not tracking
Your
them down
intent is
either.
to-
Yep.
They just have to make the effort to go
Foreseeable,
on.
it's already-
Okay, that
And then they
works perfect.
typically won't have the doc
Do it
with
as
their
a one-off,
buyer
but then
or
when-
whatever they work out. you know,
Oh,
but-
okay, good.
But then
Then
it's
I'll
easier
just-
for you.
I'll just keep you in the loop.
Yeah, so once it's,
I
like,
would do
once
it.
you know that they've received the key and taken the
And
key out
there's
of the
no
box, then
letting
they
go.
will get it.
Okay, cause you get notice on your phone when that.
Yeah, when you
action
close.
happens.
Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, I get that notice.
But I'll keep,
And then after
I'll
that-
make sure I send you that, cause we're
And there's
hoping
no
by
pop-
next
Life-
week,
life
the
happens.
6th. And maybe earlier. I was telling TJ, the appraisal was last Tuesday.
Is that okay?
I haven't heard.
They just,
So
they
he
just
said
changed
no
it.
news might be good news.
Whatever the.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I think we know.
I would think a
Or if
week.
it was bad, you'd know.
Because
Well,
they
you
just
think a week
changed
they'd
the
be
rules.
reaching
What up, bro?
out.
Just came out,
Oh, yeah.
changed.
Hey, Austin. Hey, look at you.
You're looking good, man.
Across the board. No, across the board.
Oh.
Is that
Yeah.
the camera?
Across the
That's
board.
camera on.
I just saw it today, actually.
No,
I'll
that's
do
no
that.
camera.
Yeah, right.
Pretty sure.
No, I'm one that don't take good pictures.
Oh, you do.
No, I don't. My son, like yours, this is only Jenny, your whole family.
So what TJ showed me though, you don't have to really, it's tiny.
It's so
It's a
small.
screen. Yeah, don't worry.
See how it works.
I just saw Nick outside.
Yep. You came to get,
Yeah, we can.
Ernest moved.
So, and we close the first week or so of October, so that we don't.
Yeah, I was
there's no
kinda
flights
lost when he was like,
We're done.
I just had to pick up a check. And I was like, are
Till
you coming to
November
the
plus
meeting?
escrows come back.
So I thought he was picking up a check, whoever, I don't know it's yours.
from Aldo.
Yeah.
I'm always available.
So there's drinks down the hall. What do you guys want? You want a drink? Jack,
Yeah,
Coke,
do you have
Coke?
regular Coke?
Yeah.
You guys text me.
Jacob, you want a drink?
Friday night, meeting with Chris.
Water, please, yeah, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get it. I got some.
No, hey, I've been sitting for hours.
I'm back eating this chip.
Thank you.
Is that the salt editor ones? All my kids just, my
They're
youngest,
so good.
my youngest daughter will eat those like crazy.
Are these, so these are Sam's Club?
Yeah, so I'm,
My
what
ex,
I'm saying is I'm always available
we farmed
to get
potatoes.
you what you need.
We sold them to Clover Club and Country Crisp, and he ended up
Need for your
working
approval letter?
for Country Crisp
I've got my
and
laptop
bought it.
pretty much turned on.
So, we ate lots of chips. I was married, I was like,
Like, I mean,
you know,
to be totally honest,
I
I've
love
done
chips.
nothing.
Yeah, and I know that,
First come
and
out.
I know that I'm not.
What did you want? They got
They
Coke,
give
Diet
time
Coke,
for
and,
water.
oh,
So
okay.
like we get a percentage.
And then there's chips and snacks and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And those sandwiches are so good. Just be
Yeah,
careful.
people will send
The
me.
red peppers are
why they-
Oh, are they? Okay, okay.
Yeah, I mean. if
They
it
got a little
tastes-
kick. I like them a
it
lot.
tastes good, yeah, I usually like a lot of, I mean, I'm liking hot stuff more, but then if I don't wanna like start coughing in here, you
Yeah,
know,
like-
Those are
so
my
like,
best deals.
you can make a
The
copy.
year they're refunded.
Well,
Most of them. Where we're at on the first and second, so.
uh-oh, somebody must be out of juice.
Did I?
Yeah.
I didn't bring my
I would-
eggs
I
like
would
that.
just do the other after.
I had my,
Was there any power
And now's the
on there?
perfect.
there's no power on this way or like up there.
So no one's.
Oh, shoot.
Well, you can sit on the
We
phone.
wouldn't even have any question at all.
I want to be able to see his presentation.
stuff.
Yeah, just stretch it over.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's.
What's the?
That'd be good.
That'll work. What's the second?
I mean, you can always put just put your chair in front of the table.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. She was the same the other night.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you have a long cord though. That would probably work.
No, that's fine.
Oh, gotcha. TJ won't trip over it. He can jump that.
No, you're good. I'm just messing.
Oh,
Woo! Welcome to team meeting number 10. What?
I was just at the city. James, he's so funny. He's like, did you just start in all this?
Who?
James Sorensen asked me that. I did not know that. That was your son. I said, when we talked at Costco, I told you. And he goes, oh yeah, I forgot. I said he was too stressed about talking to me.
Right.
Now he knows that whole story with the bridal path. That's the principle of it. Now he's got it figured out.
Nice.
I said, be ready, I'm coming out.
Yeah. Let me make sure the slides are good. Okay. Welcome everybody to team meeting number 10, take 2. So just wanted to make sure everybody is here, having a good time. It is streaming live on YouTube. There is a chat channel for everybody that's seeing it live. You guys can check it on YouTube right now if you want. There's a small delay, but like Mike might be watching this at home from St. George. Hold up. Better put this in the right place. Heck no, I'm not starting over. There's actually 2 cameras. It's facing me and facing out, but it's like if you open it up on your phone, the camera's about that big in the right-hand corner. All my slides are the material I want everybody to see, but it gives something visually to look at that's more entertaining than just my slide. I actually think you wouldn't be able to see it because it's so small. It's so small. I mean, I just put my butt in front of this, so it's cool. Anyway, so it is streaming. What? I know, right? Sheesh. Got a donk. Oh, I'm just kidding. There are 2 people watching it, so that's cool. So welcome everybody that's watching it online. The chat channel is live. If you comment on there, I will be able to see it, and we'll be able to have feedback straight live. It may be delayed, but I'll respond. All right, so team meeting number 10. Oh, who can see that? All right, I wanted to thank Mark DeAngelis and Sean McCall for allowing us to use their conference room, and CityWide's graciously given us some food and snacks and water, and so I can't thank you guys enough. We love to be here, and we love to have a space that is like this that can facilitate our team and team training and just kind of our MO. So I really appreciate that. And I would love to bring Sean up for a second. Just give us a little MO about what CityWide brings to the table and what you personally bring. Maybe a couple minutes, and then we'll get rolling. So
Yeah, I've been doing mortgages for 22 plus years. I came to CityWide 4 or 5 months ago. I was from the New American Funding. What I like about CityWide, everything's in-house. Like our underwriters are right around the corner, processing's in here. If we have any questions or if anything pops up, we can address it immediately, figure out solutions, get with you if we need to, and move on. So it's one of those where we want to be able to give you the best service possible. Again, what I do that differentiates a little bit more is I'm always available. So I've got agents that will text me at 10 o'clock at night, need a pre-approval letter because they're getting ready to offer something because they've been out shopping all day. No problem. I've got my laptop up, but Saturday, Sunday, same thing. Don't worry about bugging me on the weekends. Work never sleeps sometimes, and that's just, I come from an old school kind of mentality on making sure that communication level is wide open so that everybody knows what's going on through the transaction.
nice.
If anything weird pops up, we either address it on our own again, or if we need to bring you in, then we will.
Cool.
So, and I'm available for questions if you need to run scenarios. You've got a buyer that's tight on things. Let's figure out a solution and maybe something that we can think outside the box to get it done. So,
Cool.
alrighty.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah,
This is what we're here for.
appreciate it. All right. So we have a pretty stacked agenda. I'm gonna go over a lot of stuff pretty fast, but we have the normal standard MO: 5% company shared profit, bonus, splits, training, new agent handbook, marketing, property management, new buyer incentive, and long range party planning, which is gonna be crazy fun. So without further ado, I always put these two slides up. I always want to make sure everybody's seeing our bonus plan and the commission splits because everybody has questions about it outside of Fitness Realty. So, because people are always asking, well, what commission are you on? You know, and people that are in the business that are realtors outside of our group, they're always going to ask you, what's your commission like? And so I always try to make sure we bring it up and that it's wide open. So. The only thing that you can see that's changed on this slide since the day we opened is I changed the word from level to tier because people were asking me every day if we were a multi-level company, which we don't have any aspect of that. So I changed it to tier so nobody asks me that anymore. Out of all the interviews that I've had over the last week and a half with realtors that we might bring on to the team, when they see tier, it makes sense. And when people saw level, they thought it was multi-level marketing. So now we're just getting better, right? So we're always trying to make things better and faster. And this was helping out with that. So there is a slide in a second that's where everybody's at on our team. So we'll get there in a second. But does anybody have any questions about how the company bonus share works at all? So I must be explaining that really well. Or you don't want to be on camera saying, what's this question? Okay, we'll take it silently, or you can type it into YouTube if you don't want to ask it in real life. Just kidding. Okay, something that I really love about this, though, is, and I guess I haven't explained this part very, not accurately is not the right word. I haven't explained it as often, but if you're in our company for multiple years in a row, but you have an off year where you just didn't sell anything or you took a year off, if your license is still active with us, you pick up a company bonus, whatever tier you were at.
You don't start over.
Right, you never start over, you never go backwards, yeah. Unless you leave. If you leave and come back, start over. Yep, but if you are here, let's say you do a 10-year stint with us, and then you retire or whatever. If year 8 was just a terrible year and you took off and went to do a year tour in Europe or something, you still get a company bonus with us. So something that I mentioned in the last meeting is if this ever gets really, really huge, the bonus account, we may go to like a monthly system, and then you get paid out every month. So this could be a residual way to make income. It's something to toy with in the future. Right now, we don't need that, but it is there as a thought that I'm thinking about. Okay, and then we're moving on to splits. These have not changed at all, so they'll remain this way. I put a lot of thought into it, and then my mom also put a lot of thought into it where we wanted to start. So these have been this way since day one, and they'll probably be that way forever. Any questions about splits or how that works?
Yeah, it's nice that you don't go back.
Right. Something that I want to add real quick here is the second you close a transaction into the next bracket, you get paid that commission, the next split. So like Zach just closed another deal that put him in the Delta category, which is 75-25, and then you get your bonus 5 for drinking water or whatever you're going to do. So he's really 80-20, and I paid him out that commission at 80-20. And it was only like $90,000 more into this bracket, but he cracked open the bracket, and now you get your commission for that. So it's not close, break the bracket, then close again and get commission. It's break the bracket, get commission. I had somebody ask me how that was going to work, and so I just decided, if you make it, you make it. We pay you. Okay, so there's no holding back for me. I'm always going to pay you as rapidly as possible and the best, better than any realtors.
So adding to the training of all of that you talked about last night a little bit, about getting paid, but if your training's not completed, did you want to talk about that?
We'll get to the training part, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But if I don't say that,
Okay.
when we get to that, mention that.
Okay, yeah. You said it here last night.
We did say it last night, yeah. So, anyway, any questions about splits? It's pretty self-explanatory. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew, break into the next bracket, you get the next commission split. All right, here is where everybody is at in their tier progress. My mom and I moved up from tier 6 to tier 7, so there is not anybody in tier 6. So I'm waiting for somebody that's tier 5 to get into tier 6 so that can be paid out through the bonus structure. Otherwise, that one will also go unpaid, like tier 8, 9, and 10. So you can see we've got a few 5s over here, and most are in the echo category, right? That just means you're not over that $1 million. Zach just went over that $1 million, so that's awesome. We congratulated him on the chat channel, as you guys saw. All right, let's talk about training. We're going to spend a lot of time here with training. Training is one of my biggest things, and I want to make sure you guys have the best training. And I've tried to put a lot of heart and soul into all the training that I've got out there, so that not only is it effective, but it actually is specific to our way of doing business in Utah. None of it's branded from Coldwell Banker across the nation or anything. It's all for what we do here. So first off the list is personal responsibility. Oh, this is that part right here, Mom.
I think so.
So personal responsibility, I just want to say a couple things about making sure everybody knows that the training is your responsibility to either A, set up appointments with me and make sure that you're communicating with me, that you're saying, hey, I have free time XYZ. I want to sit down and spend 2 hours going over close, an hour doing a rep C, whatever, right? Like the sky's the limit for whatever we could train on. Or it's also up to your personal responsibility to continue to train and watch the YouTube videos that I have out there. And if you are struggling with one of them, then it's up to you to text message me or whatever, reach out to me and say, I'm not comfortable with whatever it is. Because if I don't know that you're lacking in a certain area, I'll probably never know. So you'll have to tell me, unless like a transaction falls through, and then I can key in on which piece was the component we need to fix. So just continue to reach out to me. If I don't know you're falling behind, just let me know, and then we'll make it happen. So my mom also is on the training platform and has to watch YouTube videos.
I did it today.
Right? Yay.
When he adds one and he doesn't tell me, I'm not 100%.
I was thinking that last night. I'm like,
I was
I
like,
gotta
what
go in there
happened?
and pick that out so you can stay current.
Right. Yep. And then
Yeah.
the second line to that is the piece that is kind of freaking some of the realtors out on the team. And that is, if you're not greened up in all of the training blocks, and your commission will sit in the trust account until you're completed with all the training. So most everybody is fully caught up, or they're one video away because it's the one that I just added. So it's not that difficult to say, all right, I'm going to spend 14 minutes watching this video about cancellations, which is a very key piece that I did not put in all the original training. But it was something that was brought up to me and said, hey, we need an actual training session on cancellations and how to do it and what forms, and how to protect our clients, of course. So, but the real big piece that some people are having issues with is they're saying, hey, well, that's my commission. And I'm saying, hey, finish your training and I'll pay you. You know, like Austin's closed with us. Jacob, you've closed. You know I pay you really rapidly. Probably faster than most brokers. And so I want to pay you. I don't want your money sitting in the trust account because then I have to like babysit it. So just get the training completed, then you'll get paid. All right, training headlines, training categories, and how the training spreadsheet works. Skills tests, we're going to go over that in the training platform itself. And then while we're doing that in the actual training platform, just think about your plan, your goal, what you want to accomplish, because most of you are finished with all the training, but now we need to actually set goals about where you want to go with that training, right? What to do next. So let's open that up. So, and you guys have opened this many times before, I'm sure, with your view-only link, which I believe this link is the same view-only link. It just opens it up so I can type in it. But the categories and the skills tests are all part of these blocks right here, right? And everybody knows how to work this, so I'm not going to spend too much time here. We had a question last night that, or they were asking what the skills test was, and it's this little block. So this block prompts you on what items you should learn through that video and what tasks you should be able to accomplish. Whether or not it's RepC, right? This one just says, can you write one, understand it?
And how to protect your client service money.
Thank you.
Dates is a big thing.
Dates is a big thing, right? So the skills test is really this block that just prompts you, you should know X, Y, Z. We're definitely doing well over here, right? These are the highest numbers that I've seen in a long time. People are really taking advantage of it. So we just wanted to say thanks. Right. So I wanted to say thanks to everybody that's really crushing it, taking advantage of the training that I've provided and pushing your career to the next level. All right. Any questions about the training platform itself? Any questions? Okay. One side note here is just like this cancellation video. If I feel like it's important or the board pushes out something that's really important and I want to do a specific training about it, you'll just see a video pop up and you'll be like, oh crap, I'm yellow again. Dang it. So then you have to just find out which video it is and redo that.
I have a question.
Shoot it.
Do you watch the videos to get 100% or you just classify yourself at 100% for making videos?
I watch it. Yeah, man, what's up? Except for the video I did not watch yet. It's called 8 Ideas Under $500 because I didn't realize there was a minute and a half of dead space on the front of the video. So I got to watch that one. And I got to change that one. Luckily, that one's not training. That was just me putting something out. Yeah.
Me too. I'm like,
I didn't watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Random one. Do you have a link?
Off of the new Agent Handbook. And the new Agent Handbook's in the drive. And I'll show you that on the next slide. Yep. Good question, though. And if you're ever running into something like that where you just can't find where I've put it, which, yeah, then just text me or message me or Facebook stalk me or whatever. Yeah, because the way I've set up stuff in the view-only drive folder might not fit how other people think about it. So I'm trying to, like, get better at it. And if we can make it better for you, just let me know.
Can I just say right there, because I might forget later, but anything like that you're kind of thinking, you need a link to whatever, you know, say like you need a link to the party that's coming up. There's some, you know, he's already created everything, just ask him for it. Don't recreate or spend a lot of time trying to develop it yourself. Just ask TJ, hey, do you have something that I can just send out to everybody?
right.
Because he has it done.
Right.
And so it's just easy.
Most of the
easier.
time, yeah. Most of the time. And if I don't have it built, we'll build it on the
Yeah.
spot. Yeah.
He will build it if you ask him.
Yeah.
But it's helpful,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
so.
Thank you. For sure. Text me and I'll send you a link about anything. And typically it will happen really fast. Like you've reached out to me a couple times. I'm like, click, here you go.
Yes.
Click, here you go.
Before I can even finish comes up.
Right?
Very
That's
quick. Or I'm still
insane.
trying to go this, and he's already replied. It's cute.
Yeah, thanks. All right, so that is the training platform. This is going to go faster than last night, so that's good. We'll have some things to work on. All right, the next is the link for the new Agent Handbook, which is in the view-only drive. And the thing that I wanted to bring up on the new Agent Handbook is if there was anything you guys wanted to bring up to make it better. Recently, one of our team members asked me if I was going to make it any longer and to try to make it something that was more like like a book. And I said, well, right now, I didn't know what I wanted to add in there to make it valuable, right? Like you guys have seen, if it's fluff stuff, I usually get rid of it because we just don't have time for that. So that's why the new Agent Handbook is only 3
It's a
pages
new
long.
agent pamphlet.
Yeah, maybe we should just rename it.
That's all you need.
Yeah, because if it gets too long, people won't read it or.
Oh, there you go.
There.
See? Oh, that's easier.
Right? Okay, now it's the new Agent Pamphlet. I'll probably still call it Handbook on
Probably,
accident,
and
but
you'll be like, dang it.
yeah. So something that we were bringing up in the new Agent Pamphlet is the checklist. Right here. Oh, crap.
It's fantastic.
So the first 90 days checklist, because there's people on our team that have been with us for a little while. Maybe their experience like almost like a brick wall. Like they got really excited, then they're like, oh crap, this is real sales and it's hard. So maybe they backed off of it a little bit. The first 90 days checklist here, I feel very confident that if you do each line item, you'll experience your first closing. Most of us have closed in here, and Terry, you're super close, so that's exciting. So this first 90 days, now that you guys have closed, look backwards to this and see, is there something that we could change? Is there something that we could add to bring value? Is there a piece on this that was just like, well, we didn't need that at all, and that was a waste of time, right? So as you guys know, I'm all about constructive criticism and actually like producing and getting better, and that's me too. So if you can see something in here, just let me know. And usually right on the spot, we'll change it and get rid of it, or if it's a super good idea, we'll add the whole thing or whatever. So I'm just throwing that out there. When you guys have free time, just open the new Agent Pamphlet and take a look at it and see which items worked for you, or if there's items that you haven't completed on there, maybe we should do some of those. Let's see. So let's just kind of go. Well, there's a couple on here that I wanted to touch base with or touch on. This was the one right here. Getting your agent profile on Zillow. So I've been noticing, or not noticing, but the trend, right, is most people go to Zillow. Like you can't really get them off of there. It's hard to get them onto Home Scout or something different, or your platform or your website, because they're going to Zillow anyways. So I want all of us to have active licensed agent profiles on there. And if we link those together with mine, then all of the business that my mom and I have done actually is linked to yours as a team. And so you can actually look like you have reviews. You're on a team that has reviews, and you're on a team that's closed many deals across Utah. And so you can just look more competent, of course, is the word I'm looking for. So, and people are going to Zillow anyway, so we might as well drive traffic to ourselves and make us look good. So that's the one that I wanted to mention off of the new agent pamphlet, so that you guys can just write it down somewhere and say, all right, I'm going to go get a profile on Zillow. So, and I'll show you what ours looks like currently.
Is it pretty self-explanatory how to link them?
All you have to do is get yours live, and then I send you an invite. It's
Okay.
super quick.
Oh,
Mine's
okay.
live.
Is it? Okay. Let's try to add you right now.
Mine might be live.
Oh.
It was made on the computer, so it's an edge.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Just me.
I like
Or
that.
me.
Okay, so this is what my profile looks like. I'm gonna open this as a new tab.
To-do list,
Yeah.
by the way. I have plenty of.
So this is what my public profile looks like, and it's got our members, some reviews, 21 sales in the last 12 months. We're 5-star. Some about us, listing blob everywhere. Couple of listings. This is kind of neat, Jacob. I don't know how these got linked on there.
I do that.
Oh, perfect. So this is gonna be good because we're gonna be able to share this across the whole entire team, which is gonna be awesome.
Those don't, oh, so the other properties aren't listed there. I didn't do that.
Okay.
I have the other ones.
Those were just the first one.
Oh, weird.
You're right. I
I know.
didn't do that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not sure how that happened then. Okay. So then all I have to do is go to team management, and this will kind of make sense. The reason why we're setting it up this way. Is that going? Anybody? Can you see that?
Keep clicking it, it'll do something.
So when you add us, our members will just grow,
Right.
and then ours would grow and show yours and
Right.
everybody.
Yep.
Oh, ours.
If this will stop acting weird. Okay.
Oh, snap.
It said no.
It's the Wi-Fi.
Zillow for you.
Right. Okay. So I go to team management. Then I add team member.
Search menu.
Jacob.
Yes.
Like a bill.
See, now I'm curious to see if you set up a personal one
Right.
and it wasn't an agent profile, because this will only pull realtors.
Cause then we have to click, and do we give our realtor any information on there?
Oh, yeah.
Number and all that?
Right.
So that would link us.
Right.
Okay.
Well, that will link you as a
To the
realtor.
right site that we want.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright.
Yep. And the way you open up a professional profile is when you go to Zillow, it'll say open an account. And when you sign in to open an account, it actually has a little box that says click if you're an industry professional. And you click that, and then it will ask you, like, what's your license number?
All that, okay.
Right.
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay, that's good to know.
Let's see. Who did you have one?
Yeah,
Okay.
CityWide. An agent.
Oh yeah, your invitation's pending. So
Why is it
there you go. Check whatever emails you're using. I just resent it. So it might be in your spam.
Oh, that's what
Oh, that's a
happens.
good idea, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
You've been invited to join.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in.
Okay, now I'll show you what. Let's take Zach's profile. See this up here? So member of Fitness Realty. This makes it look like he has reviews. Over here, it says write first review, but people are gonna look at the star and just, okay, you got
And
5
Fitness
stars.
Realty, that's awesome, yeah.
Thanks. And then you can see his sales down here. And then something that people could find out about us is clicking on member of Fitness Realty, and then it goes to the lead account.
But they probably won't.
They probably won't do that. No. No. And the reason why I'm actually pushing this so heavily is since people are going to Zillow anyways, we may come this next year decide to start buying zip codes worth of leads from Zillow. They're super expensive, but
We talked about it.
but if we determine later on this year if all the marketing that we did this year wasn't as valuable as we could have gotten from just straight leads off of Zillow, then that's the way we'll move, because we might as well go where the market is going already. So that's why I'm trying to set us up for success come like January, February, when we're saying, hey, let's pull the trigger on it and start really just funneling leads from Zillow. Okay, so any questions about Zillow or anything? Did that link work?
Yeah, refresh it, I'm already on it.
Okay. Oh yeah, look at that.
I'm gonna have to like go redo my pictures too.
Yeah. And something that's cool is if you have people, let me go back to my profile really quick. You can go to request a review and you can send it to anybody you want.
So that's the link we talked about, that would be really helpful.
This one right here. But that's the direct link to my profile. So if you send this to somebody on their phone, it'll actually, they can click it, it'll pull up your profile and the review block like immediately. So they don't have to go hunting for it, nothing. So if you're like, hey, would you just leave me a review? Click, click, click. Send them that link for your own profile, and it will literally go right to it. They don't have to do anything. Just type in what review they want to do. So it's super fast. Don't copy that one down because that one's for mine. So I want you guys to have your own.
No, when you
Right.
said it, and then ask,
So I've
say,
just been
hey.
adding to my
Yep.
calendar, like if you kind of have a block of time maybe that you can work on some of this and add it in, just add it in your
Yeah.
calendar to work on it, so.
Yep. Okay. Any questions about the new agent pamphlet? That sounds funny, actually.
Sounds great, and we need to change it up there.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'll change it later. Okay. So no questions. Okay. So let's talk about marketing. I touched on it a little bit. This is an update of where we're at for all the marketing that we're doing. The Google AdWords have provided us with 88 or 89,000 almost impressions. So that's like somebody searching homes or real estate in Salt Lake City, and our listing is up there at the top of it. So there 89,000 times that's happened. And that's where a lot of the Jive phone calls actually come from. Whether or not they're good Jive phone calls is hit or miss, but a lot of that traffic is coming from the Google AdWords. The Blip billboards, we've bought 55 hours worth of ad space on the digital billboards all up and down I-15 plus St. George. And they're
I haven't seen it in St. George, I've seen it up here even when I'm working up there.
nice, yes. It's far cheaper in St. George actually too. So we've ran it down there. Yeah, because there's not as many advertisers.
Oh,
Up here, there are times where companies will buy out the entire day, and so we actually won't get any space. And that hasn't happened in St. George yet.
well, that's nice.
Yeah. So you'll have major companies like FitCon and stuff just buying out the entire board for the whole day, and then you get nothing. So FitCon hasn't done that. That's just a company that I know could potentially do that. So and then we're advertising on Facebook, of course, except for right now. I've moved all of the marketing money that we're utilizing from AdWords and the billboards to the so that more people can come to the summer barbecue, which will just make a great time for everybody to come out. So hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it's not small. What?
I don't see that happening.
Yeah, me neither. Okay, then up next is Google My Business page, and Austin and Terry both have one of these. So this is the Google My Business page. We do own a Twilio listing one, and I'd love to change it. So Jacob, you can own this Google Business page ad. So Nikki and Matt were running this old one, but it's still there, and I could change who runs it. If you wanted to have an actual location that you could look at and post your own weblog stuff and your own pictures and things like that. The cool part about this is most people are going to Google anyways and searching for whatever, and this will populate in their maps, and that's a good way to check out pictures and all sorts of stuff, right? So this will populate wherever people are looking, right where they're standing. So the main one, of course, is just Fitness Realty, the plain one. That's my home address, and I'll kind of show you what it looks like when you're in it. So like right now we've had 130 views, 95 searches, 701 things of activity, and that could be people searching it, checking out videos, commenting on it, scrolling through the page and things like that. This page has more reviews than most of our other pages. And this is a great place that you guys could put your own posts and your own material. And so that way people can find you, and people would prefer that anyways over stuff that just looks like it came from me or just blanket Fitness Realty stuff. So if you're interested in running one or getting better at running one, or Jacob, I'd love to give you that Tooele one. So if that's something you're interested in, we'll work on that. Any questions about the Google business sites? When we're pumping out Google AdWord money, it can actually show up for the other Google business sites that we have. So there's a way I could do that. So if you get a good amount of content on there, we could pump and funnel marketing money through there. All right, up next is the Instagram page. I just wanted to show you guys this because this is where all the new commercials are going to get. The new commercials are all going to run on here first, or first or second maybe. But all the marketing money will actually be ran through Instagram because we can actually pay for marketing space on Instagram and Facebook, but it's cheaper to buy it from Instagram, which is really weird because they're owned by the same company, right? So Facebook owns both. But running them through Instagram actually just gives us more ad space for the same amount of money. So the new commercials are run through here. My mom and I just shot 4 brand new commercials. They're awesome, and I'll show you that offline when we get all the way finished with the meeting. I'll show you a snip clip of all 4 commercials, so then you can see what they look like. And then they'll go out on Instagram or Facebook tomorrow. Something nice about Instagram, though, is we do have nearly 700 posts, 6,000 followers. This has been as high as 18,000 followers before, but it was a lot of fake accounts at that time because we had gotten picked up on a website, and then they slaved a bunch of fake accounts through it and just gave us some weird growth. But this has been hovering 6,000 for the last, I don't know, bunch of months. So I feel like we have a pretty solid campaign on Instagram anyways. So
What's the difference between followers and following?
I only follow 21 profiles. That's so my profile feed just isn't full of randoms and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So Austin's one of the ones we follow, and a bunch of fitness models that I'm trying to make wear our shirts and stuff, and then send us pictures of that so I can pump them all over our page. But something that's kind of funny and something that I want to make sure all of you guys know, that the Platinum Pass we have at Topgolf is so good about bringing clients and people you want to talk to out, because they'll actually come out and have a good time. This happened on Saturday night.
It's blurry, but
Yeah, it is a blurry video, but so we were just out there hanging out, and this guy gets clocked. two friends, yeah, yeah, two friends, right? So, but the thing I like to mention about just marketing in general is I can get the bay and either be there while you're there with your clients and answer questions, or I can get the bay, put enough time on it, and then leave, and you guys can have a meeting, and then I'll come back if I need to, but most likely you guys will be done and wrapped up, and then you can just go ahead. I want to use the Platinum Pass enough times that they're like, whoa, that is a crazy amount of bays that we just gave you for free. So I want to utilize it. You just call me up and say like, hey, I have clients. Can we do Wednesday at 5:30? And I'll be like, yeah, sure. Let's do it. You know, so it might work out really well. Yours will be harder because you'll have to be up here, you know.
Yeah, but I talked to somebody and I mentioned that, and they're like, oh my gosh, my wife and I would love that. So
Mhm.
it was like an just something like that. So that was great from our training. Thank you.
Yeah,
We also have, so if we need to do 2 bays.
yeah, cool. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Quick side note about that video. I always practice what I preach, and I was literally driving Lyft. They said, we're headed to Topgolf because one of their buddies had just had a breakup, a horrible breakup. I guess 6 years. He asked her to marry him, and then she took off. So he's like, yep, we're broken up. Anyway, it was really bad. But they're like, yeah, we're headed to Topgolf. And I'm like, it's Saturday night. You guys are never going to get a bay for 2 hours. And they were like, yeah, true. And I was like, well, I have a Platinum Pass. And they were like, you want to hang out with us? I was like, yeah, yeah. So
All of a sudden you're the
I like
bait.
turned off Lyft. We went inside. Of course, I know most of the people at Topgolf, so they were all like, hey, TJ, what are you doing here? And I was like, oh, me and my friends, we want to play, we want to play. Let's get a bay. We waited like 10 minutes for a bay instead of 2 hours because it was slam packed. And then we had a good time. Now these guys want to get a townhouse right around Topgolf. So I'm just saying Topgolf is like a way to just make clients feel really inclined to use you as their realtor. So it's just fun. So anyway, those are just some of the tidbits that I'm out there doing all the time.
Hey, it's working.
Right. So yeah, they're getting pre-qualified right now. So then we'll start looking. Anyway, so that's the Instagram page and Topgolf in all in a nutshell. And then very last on this list is my Millionaire Real Estate Agent Notes, which is that book from Keller Williams, and they get it for every brand new realtor that comes through. I read it, wrote 4 pages of notes, and they're on the view only marketing folder. And so that way you don't have to read the book unless you really want to and feel inclined to. But all the practices out of there are all the principles that have been working for 35 years. They're all the principles that are going to continue to work for 35 years because it's all about personal touch. And so I'm trying to get more people to wrap their mind around having those personal touches with their clients, because that's how you stay top of mind, and that's how you can continue just marketing with them, and they'll continue to think of you as a realtor and ask you questions, and then they become a client, and then you close, and then they refer you, right? And the snowball gets bigger. Okay. Any questions about marketing? That was pretty lengthy. Okay. Let's talk about property management really quick. We're going to go until we get to the slide about the barbecue. Then we'll take a break, and then we'll talk about the barbecue, and then we'll be done. And then we'll just ask, you guys can ask questions, and then we can work on whatever platforms we need to work on. I can fix whatever you guys have issues with right now. So property management, we are open for business. Jacob is running that, doing a stellar job. We are looking for more clients all the time to bring those on. So if you have a client that's interested in property management, Jacob is the guy. Also, if you have a client that's interested in rental properties, Jacob is your guy. So it's just easier to put him in front of Jacob and talk real experience because he has real experience. And it's just different when you talk to Jacob instead of somebody that thinks they went to a real estate class and thinks they know about rental properties, which they most likely do not. And so it's easier to just say, yeah, Jacob, will you just sit down with my clients at Topgolf, right? I don't mean to hit that on the head again, but It's just easier, right? I mean, Jacob, we sat down with Nick and talked, and then, I mean, he's on board, right? He's ready to get into some type of rental property. So it'll help you facilitate not only perpetuating the cycle of home sales, but creating clients that are long-lasting clients. So anyway, we are open for business. If you know somebody, let me or Jacob know. The new buyer incentive, I want to make sure it's clear because buyer's agency part 2, which needs to get tweaked again, said that we weren't doing a buyer incentive. But recently we got it all figured out with every lender that we've used thus far on that buyer incentive. And as long as it's used as down payment, closing costs, points, and things like that, and Sean has attested to this as well, that it just has to be utilized in a way that works for underwriters, and then we're good. The only way it didn't work for us, and this is why it kept getting shot down, was we were giving it back to the client as cash, and the lender's like, well, we're not financing any cash, so you have to use it as some type of vehicle in the loan. So that the buyer incentive is still there. We as realtors call it down payment assistance, but Sean churched us up last night and said it means something different in the lending world, which is fine.
So what was a better way to say it?
Use it towards closing costs.
Okay,
Or to, again, buy down the rate. So
Okay,
anything that's fee related, not the actual funds you're bringing in for the down payment. That's how it's different.
Right.
which could benefit them.
Yeah, because, you know, if we're able to buy down the rate, they can qualify for more. There's some other things that I've got an idea about, maybe just tag teaming it with us and maybe doing a 2-1 buy down for some of the FHA clients where they get really low interest rate for the first year, tears up the second year, and then they're locked in at the going rate for the third year. But it's good for people that may have that payment shock mentality
Right.
to get past it.
True. That'd be cool. So Sean and I are going to hammer down some of those details, which will be really fun. So the new buyer incentive is out there, and eventually I'll change and make buyer's agency part 3. I don't know when that'll happen, but yeah, another video. What? Okay, long range. We have the Blacklight Run, which if you type in Blacklight Run SLC, you'll find that you can still get free registration. It's a 5K that's ran like as soon as the sun goes down, they start the race, and by the end of it, we're running in the dark, and it's really fun at the where the state fair is at, so the Salt Lake Fairgrounds. So that's a good time. There is a small fee for insurance for the day. It's like $14. So we have previous clients coming with us. There are team members coming with me. So I think there's me, my boy, Olga, Natalie, and like 3 or 4 of my past clients already that are coming to race. So, or have a fun run. Like all we do is walk if people want to walk, or we just have a good time, right? And wear silly outfits, and it's just a good time. So if you want to come to that, let people know. It's super inexpensive. The end of the summer, the barbecue is September 20th. We'll talk. I have a full slide about that. Potentially the state fair. My mom hates that when I mention it, but
Did you see my eyes roll?
yeah, I heard them roll back. And me and Jacob had talked about the state fair, and then we just never really got around to that. I would love to do that at some point next year. So and Olga wants to as well. So I think if we build a 2020 plan, we'll attack it with more insight and actually capitalize on it. But it's just a hard place to say no to because there's 250,000 people that attend the state fair. And for $1,200 for a booth for 15 days or 10 days, it's just a crazy cheap booth for lots of exposure. Even if only our sign was up, right? So we'll talk about that for 2020. FitCon 2020, of course, we're going to do that. We haven't bought our booth space yet, but we will. And there's an open house schedule out. I didn't have it out last night because I just solidified it today, so I know you've taken a slot. You could have a slot if you want. Oh, you're out of town. Okay, never mind. It's going to be...
Looks like Natalie's been chiming in,
Okay, cool. I haven't read my phone or anything. So it's gonna be like wildfire. The townhouse is worth about 260, 265. I got the clients to come in at 229 and ride with me on an exciting run. So we undervalued it by 30 grand, which is just gonna create some serious crazy traffic. So anyway, that's the open house schedule. Okay, let's take a break for 5, 10, 15 minutes, whatever we're going to do. Eat some snacks, chips in the back, water, and whatnots.
Sounds great.
What do you think of your headset?
Love it. Yeah, dude, I can't thank you enough, man, for like mentioning it.
What does it do?
So the speakers are like attached, or they sit right on your bone. And so you can still hear the music and phone calls and everything through this. Yet nothing's in your ear, so you can still hear, like, I can talk to you like normal. Yeah. It's so good.
What is it, little brand, or what is it?
Trexair's brand, called Aftershocks, or vice versa.
Do they only have two, like, or
Yeah, there's 2 speakers.
Yeah.
can you just have one hooked up somehow?
No.
No,
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't want just one.
you wouldn't?
No.
I guess not. I
Yeah.
mean, if you can still hear everything, like it's always about when I'm riding my horse, can I hear my music? You know?
Oh, you can definitely hear your music.
I,
And you can still hear everything else.
it's
That's
very
what's cool about it.
faint. But so if you put earplugs in, it gets louder, but it's very faint, but I can still hear my music without earplugs on the
Oh,
motorcycle.
wow.
Dang. I've never tried that. Well, of course I don't ride motorcycles. The bathroom's out to the right.
Oh, I see. Let's hope we can get back in.
The door's open right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
I left it open for
All right, let's have one little thing now.
Yeah, I can go back and look on.
What do they call?
I've got
A rat?
revised that are in the price range, so I can get.
Little half rat?
Or a
Sliver of a rat? That's so good.
I've got more, if more, they're just in the fridge, I didn't want.
Are they? Yeah.
But yeah.
You took the pepper out?
They fell out.
Oh, it did. I forgot to get a napkin.
What do you play on Battle.net?
World of Warcraft, Diablo 3, and Destiny 2.
I forgot
So
what
Terry,
was
I
on
would say your appraisal was fine. They don't.
I guess because I'm so new and antsy, I just thought, shoot, yeah, this is.
That's when you go,
Oh, it's probably fine. Okay,
know.
all right, then I'll just kind of call them.
And there's those.
I don't want to tell my, sellers.
Oh, yeah.
Just yet, but I'll just
I
say
just
we're
want to say,
moving.
did they ask about it?
So-
Yeah, he's pretty antsy,
Uh-huh.
So I have a buyer.
but,
Yeah.
It's got pre-approved.
yeah, so I thought.
They just
maybe-
are having-
She sent me an email.
Where's the
on
Now they
it.
just want to come up with a down payment, and that's the only thing that was kind of
When's the
stressing me out.
deadline?
Uh-huh.
The
So being that
sixth.
we have
Oh,
that
no, the appraisal deadline.
incentive,
She put
How
the
could I
appraisal
tell her,
and the funding
what's the
and
best way for me to-
settlement date the same,
like, look, I can help you out.
Right. You can help her out with closing costs or interest rate buy down, which will help out the payment like huge.
10 days, 15 days.
Or
30
if you need a better way to convey that, just sit down with whoever you're using as your lender and decide, oh, then if it's Michelle, just say, Michelle, I've got a 0.5% of my commission coming back to the buyers.
Yeah.
What is the best way to explain that to them that you guys can use it
So I don't know.
during the underwriting process? Because
As you guys
depending on which loan they go, they can't use it for certain stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's one with FHA.
Okay. Yeah, there's a whole crap ton of stuff we can't use it on. But you could definitely use it for like closing costs. I think that one's good to go.
Okay, I'll talk to Michelle, because I sent them to Michelle because they wanted to get, they wanted to start looking. They don't have, they even really chose me to be their realtor.
Oh, really?
But that's why I feel like this would be a good selling point to tell them, like, look, when you're ready, I'm ready to be your realtor.
Right.
Just let me know,
She
sign
said she
that.
sent it back, but
I
it's
have
all
broker
scrambled,
agreement.
so I gotta email her back.
I'll offer a
but,
0.5%.
I
Cool.
just, those
For you to
dates
use
were really
towards
confusing, cause then I
whatever-
went back and
whatever.
tried
Right.
to.
But I'll talk to Michelle and get options.
Right.
Based off the loans you got approved for.
Yeah.
Right.
But at the
Michelle,
time that you were
I use
negotiating
options.
on the offer,
Right.
and it came in, so now your seller's looking at what their
Right.
offer is.
That'd be cool.
Countered
I think that would
and
be a good
said,
selling
I wanna change
Right.
the date.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that is.
I definitely think that could push you
Yeah,
into
if they, you know, if it
becoming
looks
their
like,
realtor.
Oh, yeah.
say,
Yeah.
say they,
For sure.
okay,
So,
say you get the offer
No, that's-
September first.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's
But
actually
they
what I was
have
gonna
like
ask
a
you.
due diligence deadline of the 21st,
So how-
so they're gonna make you
I
wait
gotta-
3 weeks to get an inspection.
Gotcha.
Say, no, 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 I want the date to be
Happens.
September 10th, or.
I gotta change the slide real quick. Joe just chimed in and said,
She kinda
"Hey,
did that.
all of your
And then
columns in the
every-
middle still say
well,
levels."
on Thursday, their inspection.
Before they did the inspection.
Let's see, I gotta
Yeah,
move
they
this over so I
did
can
the
see it.
inspection Monday,
Oh, wow.
and yeah, and we
And when was the
signed.
appraisal?
Oh shoot, it's a picture. I can't even.
So,
I'll have to change that later.
Crap.
Crap.
They said. And then I
Okay,
called
well, never mind
them,
then.
so I need to be
Five
up there
full
to- they said,
transactions.
"No, they
Yeah.
should have a way to get in."
So Zach's super close to that. He just closed his 4th. So on this next one he's gonna close, he's gonna go to 6 Delta. He's already 5 Delta, but it'll move him up to 6 Delta, yeah. So I think he'll be in the 6.
My question.
Yeah,
Like,
so you would state just on the.
Yeah, you just put them down so everybody knows this is when this is.
Right, it can definitely change, yeah.
Well, you know, you got 2, 3.
So like the
date.
numerical value.
They're doing it
Five
in
to
their, on
back
their
to
PC
16.
app, they want it.
No, you'll never go down in letter, and you'll never go down in
That's
numbers.
making
Yeah.
the seller wait too
Yeah.
long, because if they find stuff on the inspection.
They
that
move differently, right?
they
Because
don't
one's
like,
associated
they
with
want out of the
what you
offer,
make
they
each
stay
deal,
out.
and one's
Yeah.
associated with what you make in that bonus.
Yeah, and that's like.
So the numbers,
we're back to
bonus,
square one
commission
again.
splits,
I'm almost
letter.
3 months.
But now you're learning.
So when we see the first
Yeah.
Now you
A,
say when we're
man, they're gonna make
negotiating,
so
let's
much
look at
super
those
money.
dates, Make sure they're good. And if we
So,
need to talk more
'cause
about
that'll
dates
be
later, like I
over
can give
$48
an
million
example.
in
No,
transactions
that's
closed,
really
and you'll be at a
good.
95.5.
She has already talked
And
to
Which
her.
is-
I mean, you're happy to get
Unheard
an
of.
offer, but don't bow down to it. Don't
Yeah,
be like,
she didn't even give me 24 hours on the offer. She
To
wrote it
respond.
to Friday night, and
My
I
mom
had
and I
till
just
1
closed
o'clock on Saturday.
Oh,
20
wow.
million.
Yeah.
Like, that's
It
what
was
our
just like,
transaction
wow.
Okay,
was
so
over.
what happens on that as well is if you happen to get past that deadline,
You're going to
you can
target
write
as
an
a total.
addendum, say you're gonna adjust your date.
I don't know,
Uh-huh.
if
You're
it's really
also
40
gonna,
million, but
you're
split
gonna also
the
write,
difference.
number one,
But I know
response,
you guys-
seller's
teams
response
do
time extended.
We were like one person.
Oh,
And
okay.
then you put the,
So
the
20 million is
timeline,
one.
the time you would say, you know, even Sunday, 10 AM or whatever, you know.
No,
And
in fact, if it
then
changes,
24 D or whatever dates you wanna change, be this.
Since
Oh,
starting
okay.
And then
finish
down
shows.
below, right above where
For 20
That's
it
when I
has
moved
the
here.
time to respond, you'll see that other line that says the dates are changed or
That's
not,
awesome.
then you write it there too. So you'll have like 2 spots.
Yeah, that's something I
That'd be
definitely
awesome.
would want my training. This is one to say,
It's probably
okay,
like-
here is some options
Yeah.
if you.
Yeah.
That
It's
would
probably
be-
like,
I'm not
uh,
stressing out myself.
12 million.
Oh my gosh, I gotta drive up
Since
there, we
fitness
gotta.
was-
Yeah, you don't wanna stress them out at all.
And yeah, no,
We've done more in the last year and a
yeah,
half than we did in the
yeah,
first 3.
So that's really good to know.
So there's, you know, I mean, you're happy to get an offer,
Yeah.
but keep
I
in
was getting
mind,
better at it.
it needs to work, you know, and if it's, you know, if it seems iffy or it seems like they're pushing
just
it
more
out too
clients.
far, or even
And
the
I owe
financing
most of
appraisal
it to
deadlines be
close.
the same as closing.
Yeah.
I have, no.
Okay, that's,
Yeah,
I
it's
hate
not
harping on
normal.
you can tell this woman is automotive, and I looked her up online, she looks like she's been in the business a long time, has tons of clients. She accidentally sent me a couple other, emails that really weren't on mine, she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, yeah, I'm like, what is this, they're really confusing me.
So she did,
So she seems to be so busy, she's a little scattered.
Yeah.
But I'm like, wow, how could it be?
I know, right?
Yeah, she was like, she had
No, exactly.
two, offers in, I'm like, you just hit the 1 million mark in those two, that, you know, the offer that
Yeah.
was mine and then the other one.
Right.
I was like, wow, that's a good day for her.
Well, you'll be at $500,000 too,
Yeah,
so
getting
that's good.
close, so.
I know.
And I was just saying, we're talking
What?
about
Is that the
selling
name of the
his
DJ?
other home.
Yeah.
And that's
So it's a
gotta
buddy of
be-
mine at the base.
I
His
was
name's
gonna take
Cameron Hamer.
It's his farm.
But yeah, that's what he goes by.
So
Cameron Hamer.
that one would be.
Where does he live? He lives in Orem too.
He's a good
about
kid,
2
like,
miles
Just
from
really cool.
there.
At the base though, people think he's like odd, you know, just
And then, like, I
don't know.
was TJ.
because when he first got there, he was super young, and so like he needed a lot of coaching. Now he's crushing it. So he's a good guy.
3 of the kids, his kids live down there, so.
What? The base is crazy judgmental, and especially creatures like they just eat each other, hate each other, you know. It's stupid.
Give me another opportunity, which I'm.
So what is it?
I don't think I think the family, I mean, it's been a hardship on me
No,
because
Nick's
he
strong.
doesn't really do computers, he doesn't do
the builder
text,
from
he
Edge.
doesn't do.
Yeah.
So I gotta be right in front of him to do
Yeah.
that. I don't mind,
get Nick to come up
but
to the meeting.
It's a ton of driving.
oh, yeah, it's
I don't know.
it's
Probably
an
busy or something.
expensive day, and sometimes I've had to just go up
You going now?
and turn
No,
around
you-
and go back.
we'll
'cause
take a couple
I've got
minutes,
my
whatever you
other
need.
job,
Yeah.
But I wanna make sure he's okay. And then coming up for the open houses, and when TJ said, hey, let's offer some other people, that was such a savior.
That
'cause
helped.
It was like,
Yeah.
every Friday I was trying to buzz up here to keep the open house going,
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah.
Did I tell you that you get a new laptop, Amy decided to go get a new laptop?
Yay!
Who went with the laptop?
Austin got one.
I went and got a new laptop.
What did you get?
I went to PC Laptops and had Alex Peterson build this,
My
and
son
Alex
said
just got on
this.
our team.
Yeah, that's my son.
Yeah, it was good.
Loves them.
I'd like used to stay up in the computer world, and now like I've gone in a different direction. So when I walked in there, I was like, just build me something that's super fast so I don't have to replace it in like 5 years. And they were like, okay, it looks like this. And I was like, sell that to me.
They're pretty slick there. Plus, if you have any issues, you just take it back.
Yeah, and I've been in twice because this, when I got onto my streaming software, didn't work. So I took it in and was like, make this work. And they were like, oh, they were like, done. I'm like, my printer wouldn't work for a little bit. So I was like, this is weird. Took in the printer and this and was like, make this do what it's supposed to. And they were like, oh, well, you put in the wrong password in your printer. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm retarded.
You seriously
But I-
did that?
Welcome to our world.
Yeah,
Barbara.
it was bad. I was like, okay, I didn't think about that. You know, like I just didn't think I had the wrong one. But that's why I like, that's what is cool about Alex, because when I walk in, he's like, yep, I'm the computer professional, you know. And I'm like, that's what we try to convince everybody is we're the real estate professional, you know. So that's why, I mean, he's on our team now and like just cruising through the course. He's going to be a rock star because he can just help people already understand you need a professional to do whatever you were about to. So it should be good.
Awesome.
All right, so welcome back from break. Yay. Internet people, welcome back. All right, so the end of the summer barbecue, I have 5 week-long hotel vouchers for Park City to give away as prizes. That's like the ultimate prize. Those vouchers can be used at lots of other different destinations, but Park City seems like the one people are going to go with because it'll be fast and easy. They can just cruise up and have fun. There are a couple of blackout times for those, but in fact, you can still get it in the winter. So I was like, that's kind of nice. So they could still get a week long in the end of December or whatever. We're going to have tons of prizes. So this is my pitch, I guess. Oh, let me turn this music off. I'm like talking over it. Sorry. Okay. So my pitch here for tons of prizes is people that you know that are your friends or family or coworkers or whatever, or you particularly own a business or you're involved with a business. If you have a prize or you know a person that wants to donate a prize to the party and get name recognition, talk to them about it, and we'll try to put their prize together and also give them that name recognition. So right now, a couple of the other ones we have is Edge Homes is going to do a little basket for us. We're talking to Mark here at CityWide to do something with us as well. Josh Metal from Fairways doing something. Ondo, who buys cars through Pressman Auto, he's trying to get the owner there to do something. Ondo also owns a protein company, and so he's putting together a basket for us, or a code that we can give out to clients, and they can get a discount for really top shelf protein. I've been trying it for the last week, and it's really good. But yeah, so if you know people and they own a business, or they're part of a business, or you think they could use more marketing that is effective in Sandy, right? Because that might not fit all business models, but if they feel like it could be beneficial, I'd love to talk to them, or accompany you while we talk to them, whatever you need, and we'll try to get more prizes for the party. We're going to do free tacos again. I love that taco truck, and since we overpaid last year by a lot, they're giving us a sick discount this year. So this year we'll have another 1,000 tacos and a sign on 7th East for free tacos. So there's going to be a crazy amount of traffic. So anyway, I want to provide free tacos like crazy. There'll be cornhole, of course. Tristina says she's going to run a cornhole tournament for us, which will be awesome. And DJ Solo is a DJ that I know that's a friend of ours. It's Cameron Hamer. So he's graciously donated his time and all of his stuff to our party for free for name recognition and putting it up on Instagram and whatever. There's some stuff I have to do with social media, so nobody has to worry about that, but I'll take care of it. So he's going to be there setting up. So we have DJ, cornhole, there's a skate park there. We'll be mingling, chit-chatting, food. The potluck food items, everybody on the team will bring hopefully 2 or 3, preferably 3 side dishes of whatever. That could be anything. I won't have a sign-up sheet. You just bring whatever. Like if your family loves making brownies, or jalapeno poppers is something Austin brought last time, and they were phenomenal. That would be awesome if you did. Yeah, I loved those, and I was devouring them at the end of the party. But anyway, so everybody brings 3 side dishes, and then we'll have just a huge table full of pick whatever people want to eat, right? I'm making a 25-pound brisket again. Hopefully this time it won't leak all over my Traeger. But anyway, yeah, and start a fire. Yeah. So potluck food items, water and lemonade is going to be provided. The company's buying the cups, silverware, napkins. Some odds and ends, right? Like the week of the party, hopefully we've got it all hammered out, which I hopefully do. But if we don't, then we'll work through whatever we need to. I really suggest inviting everybody you know through an email first, like this early. And the email that I'm using is called Save the Date. And it literally is just like, hey, save the date. Here's our party. Just wanted to make sure it's out there early enough for everybody to see.
There's that link.
And there's a link to the Eventbrite so that they can get free tickets. All the tickets are free. They're just kind of a head count thing. So we have like 65 people that have got free tickets from Eventbrite. We have like 45 or 50 that are saying they're going on Facebook. And then like 200 that are interested on Facebook. And everybody on 7th East, right? But I took...
I haven't sent my invite out yet.
Right, so you need to. A week before this party, my entire phone contacts is going to get a text from me with all the party information on it. So you guys can follow suit if you want. I looked at our numbers from last year to this year on just Facebook, because I only advertised it on Facebook last year. And we had about 45 that said they were going and about 100 that said they were interested. And now we're like 2 scales over that. So I'm hoping that'll be pretty good. So this will be a great time to just come out and hang out with your clients, past clients, friends, family, whoever, and just have fun. I'm doing almost zero marketing at the party, right? We're just hanging out, getting to know people or whatever. Okay, there will be a couple people that are from a catering company, hopefully, that are going to do cleanup and stuff, so you won't have to worry about any of that. You just mingle and have fun and not worry about, like, if there's water or lemonade or whatever. There's going to be paid staff doing that, so it won't be us. Okay. Any questions about the party? Nice. I'm doing good. Sweet. Okay, last reattacks, comments, concerns, critiques, questions. Mom, do you have anything? Okay. Well, we almost could have wrapped that up, I guess. Sorry about that. The very last slide is all about our platforms. And I kind of left the last 40 minutes. We had about 30 minutes left last night. But I left the last 40 minutes to work on Dotloop, Zillow profiles, Facebook, Instagram, websites, Google Hangouts, Drive, Calendar, Close, the Google website thing if you need help with that. Whatever you need help with, I want to close the meeting, say thanks to Sean, thanks to Mark. He's not here in his office, but and just close up the meeting. And if you have questions or comments or concerns about these platforms, let me know. We'll fix those. So appreciate you guys' time.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm going to go offline with this so you can see our 4 videos that we made. I can't show them online yet.
Are you one of the stars?
Am I? I don't know about
TJ.
I don't know about a star. Goodbye, everybody.